Sñiawbhalang Dhar and Sanchez.
Mr. Speaker, sir, reply to Star Question 33A. Sir, the plan has gone out of production since 0603-2020. And B, sir, 306. And C, there is no timeline fix.
Yes, Mamando.
Thank you, sir. May I know from the Honorable Minister in charge of Commerce Industries the reason of the closure of this famous factory of the state?
Mr. Speaker, sir, since the plan is closed down since March 2020 because of the national lockdown in the last week of March 2020. And even after lifting of the lockdown, the plant could not resume its normal operations with the restrictions in the movement and attendance, and subsequently with the poor liquidities of funds constraint, and there was not a sufficient working capital to resume normal production of the plant. And also one of the main reasons is frequent breakdowns, and the fund availables were utilized whatever may be mainly as a part payment in tranches towards the salary of the employees, and since normal salary could no longer be paid to employees since February 2020, and the production of the MCCL plant continued to be shut down till date, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I have a report here which is submitted by the company itself. During the period of 2006-2007, MCCL did not require any financial support from the government. Rather, they paid dividends to the government. See, why is the reason of this that the company has to face such a financial burden? May I know from the minister in charge whether this is due to the management or the problem in the plant itself?
Yes, Mr. Speaker, sir. So I will need little time to. Yes, we the government we took a serious note on the total stoppage of the plan, and even serious meetings was held at the level of the Honorable Chief Minister, Mr. Speaker, sir. And also in the month, in July 2020, Honorable Chief Ministers hold meetings in the presence of the local MLAs of Sora and Shela and the local MDCs, and along with the stakeholder and the SAMs and the chairman of the MCCLs to discuss how to move forward about this plan, since the plan is frequently breakdown, it's really disturbed. And Mr. Speaker, sir, and they discuss the current status and the strategies which could be adopted for reviving the Mamlo Chere Cement Limited. And the government has put forth 3 options as part of the revival strategy for the MCCLs. Number 1, restart operation as MCCL with the support of fresh infusions of funds by the state governments, and intense mining as an additional source of revenue generations. And option number 2, restarts operation by inducting a joint venture partner at MCCL through partial divestments of equity stakes in favor of joint venture partner. And option number 3, taking cognizance of the current financial situation of MCCLs, the financial situation of the state.
Honorable Minister, will it take time?
It will take 1 to 2 minutes because I need to explain the revival.
Otherwise, you can lay it on the
Only
table
1
of
to
the
minutes.
House.
Only one.
It's up to them.
Only 1 minute.
Okay.
Sir, it will take a lot of time because they have prepared a lot of history, whatnot. Yeah. Okay, sir. Anyway, let us, the minister played on the table of the House the reason, what will happen, what was going to happen and all. My question here is, has the government engaged any professional body to study on how to revive back this company? Whether the government has engage any professional consultant to study what is the reason behind a loss is made, what is the reason behind the conversion from the wet to dry process, whether that is okay or not. See, the cost of production, the process of production, all these studies, whether the government has engaged any professional companies to study before we jump to conclusion, joint venture, this venture, that venture. That is my assumption, sir. Whether the government has done any studies on this or not.
Mr. Speaker, that's why I would like to
Right.
explain to the members. It's a detail here. So if it's agree, shall I place it on the table of the House for all the detail what the government have done?
No, I just one word. Whether the government has conducted any professional body to study how to revive back this company to profit.
Mr. Speaker, sir, that's why the three options are there. And it seems the best option is, as of now, the government is currently actively examining the implementation of the option number 2, which is entering into a joint venture is the best with a private entity who has the capacity for making decisions.
So, just before we go to recommend for joint venture.
I'll reply a question. So in July 2019, the IIFCL was engaged to submit a report to the government and find out the details. The report is here with us. It's a very detailed report, and based on this report only, they had told us that 192 crores will be required to completely transform that. So the IIFCL, just to give it a quick reply, it's the IIFCL Projects Limited.
So
it's been done, sir.
So let us study first the IFCL.
It's been done.
Report. Before we jump to the conclusion whether the IFCL recommended for a joint venture.
Sir, the IIFCL has just given the background of what the challenges they faced and what are the costs required based on which we'll be able to revive it. It's a huge 100-page report, and based on that only we have come.